April 1st, 1995. Out of the darkness of an empire fallen, Magic players around the world would recapture the light with Magic the Gathering's 4th core set. While the core sets would forever lose the power of dual lands, with over 300 cards, 4th edition resurfaced plenty of powerful spells such as Mana Vault, Stasis, and Armageddon. As players emerge to capture the magic of the set, so too do our filthy casuals return from a flurry of epic clashes across the multiverse in Season 1. With Season 2 upon them, what worlds will be explored and how much power...
You thought this would be a serious dive into Magic's insane backlog of iconic sets, alongside 2 professional players? This isn't anything close, but if you want to watch 2 clowns who started the game after the borders changed from this to this, then look no further. Join us as we open packs from each set, moving in chronological order, expanding our ever-growing collection and, of course, trying to one-up each other each episode. We aren't the power gamers racking up wins at your local game store. We're just a couple of filthy casuals, and this is our progression series. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between. My name is Kieran.
My name is Colin.
And we are the Filthy Casuals, where we always inappropriately tap our lands and leave ourselves missing colored mana of the type we are acquiring in the following turn.
It's too
Colin.
real.
We are technically, if you want to say, in Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
We're branding it as Season 2. It
Yeah.
really is just, it's Episode 9, really. The title cards are likely going to have the little 9 up in the top, just for consistency's sake. But this is Episode 1 of Season 2.
Yep.
And for those just joining us, a great place to start your Filthy Casuals experience, where you're trying to make it so that anybody can enter the series at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we'd love it if you went back to Episode 1 of Season 1 and watched those, but this is really a great entry point if you haven't seen us yet. We have a great community down in the comments. We'd love you to join it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, if you were to subscribe, they say a child gets their first rare card.
I don't know. I mean, they could get like a mythic rare or something.
They might. If you want to gift a child with their first rare card, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's like an angel loses their wings or something. Yeah.
So you want to see this kitten fall off a bridge. I'm not saying that it would, but it probably could if you didn't subscribe.
Honestly, I just want to see us hit 1,000 because I think it'd be fun. But,
It'd be cool. I like big numbers.
Yeah. Feed our ego. Yes. But for those who have joined us and for those who continue to join us, thank you as always. We appreciate your viewership.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to jump into some of your comments. So, first comment is from Relux the Relux. I like
Relux
the
the
username.
Relux.
Relux the Relux.
That's good, that's good.
They've commented on our videos once or twice. And in episode 8, they said at 2 minutes and 10 seconds they were replying. To be honest, the production quality of this is so good in comparison to almost any other progression series out there that I'm surprised that I think you guys definitely deserve at least 100 times as many subs. I realize after reading this sounds like a vanity comment that I chose.
A little bit.
I picked it because I agree. I think it would be cool to have 100 times more subs.
100 times?
Also,
what are we at? Like
10,000.
120?
It'd be 10,000.
10,000 subs.
10,000
I mean,
subs. It's doable.
do 10,000 people play Magic?
I also chose it because I'm happy that we are able to provide the quality that apparently Relux the Relux in this case was looking for. I'm happy that that the way we are filming this and presenting it has served you, the community. And if there's anything that you would like to see in our series, let us know down in the comments. We're always happy to change.
Yeah, no, especially like going forward with like the Commander game, I think would probably be a good example of when it happened in the past. We pitched it and then the comments seemed pretty excited about that.
That's true. That's true. If nobody had said they were wanting to see us play Commander, we probably never would have had the live stream, which happened last week. But actually, it's happening next week from when we're filming.
Yeah, in actuality, we've staggered recordings, so
yes.
Kieran doesn't die from editing.
That's right. If you're new here, we usually film 2 weeks ahead. That's just the way it's got to
Yeah,
be for our sanity.
We'll probably like have slip-ups too, I'm sure, as we record these, where we're like, oh yeah, that, crazy live stream that's happening next week. Meanwhile, it has already happened once you guys see this.
Exactly. But thank you, Relux the Relux, for your comment. The next comment comes from Ignis Bad. And Ignis Bad gave us quite a mind-blowing comment. They said relevant 4th edition cards in their opinion, and then they gave a huge list, which you're now seeing on screen, of cards that Ignis Bad thought were relevant 4th edition cards. So I picked this one because, to be honest, we didn't actually have any rules slip-up comments for me to grab for the last episode.
True. Besides me misreading cards, but that's normal practice at this
but nobody
point.
called you out on it, I don't think. So.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Too much.
But Ignis Bad here went out of their way to try to give us some tips and tricks, and I just wanted to let you guys know that we do read them. If you have any suggestions for what we should be doing with our decks, our collections are down in the description. You can check it out and see what cards we have access to and brew decks for us, because then Colin doesn't have to think about the cards he puts in his deck.
Thank you. Please help.
Please help. You're like 2 up on me in games.
I know, we gotta make it easier for Kieran, really. So we gotta pitch some softball ideas. Let's not go too hard. Also, I think I mentioned this to you at some point, but I mean, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. But we were thinking maybe if we do another Commander thing down the road, we could try to play decks that have been built by you guys for us.
That's a dangerous idea, but
I
know.
like it. Very concerned. We'd have to have like somebody pick them for us.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we're probably not gonna have another live stream till after, maybe between seasons. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes.
But yes, thank you for your comments, Ignis Bad and Relux. And if you have any comments down below, we may choose them to highlight in a following episode. So do not hesitate to leave a comment. For those new to our series, what is our progression series? Well, our progression series, Colin and I, we open sets of Magic from the past, starting at Alpha and Beta, and we have worked ourselves up to Fallen Empires. Today, we are opening 4th edition, which is another core set, so it has a ton of cards in it, but thankfully they're all reprints. So there are a lot of cards that you've seen as the viewers in Season 1. But if you're coming in fresh, what we do is we take a set, in this case 4th edition, we open up a box of cards, which would normally be 36 packs, split it between the two of us, 18 for me, 18 for Colin, pick the cards that we like, and make decks with them. However, as we'll see in the future, there are some deck building restrictions. And lastly, the loser of every game will be able to roll on a special wheel to get additional sort of bolster cards for them to build their decks with in the future, which should hopefully give in theory, the losing player a little bit of an edge to get back into it. Hasn't worked out great for me, but hypothetically in the future, it may. Lastly, if you haven't seen our ban episode of the last episode, the episode 0 ban thing.
Season 2, episode 0.
Yeah, I highly recommend you check that out. It is it's a good fun episode. Great way to kick off the season if you're just joining us and don't want to go back and watch 10-hour plus of season 1. Totally understandable. Go back, watch the ban episode, come back to this episode. There's a link somewhere around me. After every season, me and Colin will receive 1 ban for each loss that we had in the previous season. So I lost 5 of our episodes last season. Colin only lost 3. So I got 5 bans. Colin got 3 bans. And just to remind everybody, the current ban list, popping it up on the screen here, is Mock Sapphire, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, Demonic Tutor, Strip Mine, Swords to Plowshares, Mana Vault, and of course, the all-powerful Hill Giant. Now, if you're coming in fresh and wondering why the hell we banned Hill Giant, well, it's a good reason to go back to the ban episode, maybe even a better reason to go back and watch season 1.
Very true. You do not understand the full power of Hill Giant until I win every single game I put it in my deck and or sideboard.
Yes, the Hill Giant saga was epic and hopefully has come to a conclusion of some sorts, but I'm sure Colin will be looking to avenge the Hill Giants.
Oh yeah, we'll just move on to the next
The next meme.
Who will carry the banner for the Hill Giants in this season?
Yeah, let us know down in the comments. Who are your picks for the next Hill Giant replacement for Colin's decks? But with that, yes, we are doing 4th edition. Normally, we do a card deck review where we go through the cards in the set, quickly talk about a few notable ones. However, because it's a reprint set, we're not going to be doing that, just like we did with Revised. If you're curious what cards are in the set, I recommend you check out Gatherer, go take a look through the cards, go watch the previous episodes. All of the cards that we open there we'll be able to open here, or many of them at least. It's a huge set, 368 cards. The only really notable thing, there were lots of good reprints, solid reprints, including stuff I believe like Mana Volt, which is now banned, so if we open that it's kind of a feel bad. But they actually changed the mana symbols a little bit, and this was the first set to introduce the tap symbol, the little arrow. And as you know, if you've watched any amount of Filthy Casuals, you know that we like to tip cards, tip back, tip forward. It's always nice to see the nice little tip tap symbol. And yeah, other than that, 4th edition didn't really bring too much to the table, but it'll be a nice little starter for us to break the ice with the second season.
Oh, totally, yeah. It's kind of in some ways, I guess, a rematch. Us getting used to the new bans. I won't have my beautiful Ancestral Recall to pull me ahead in games anymore.
Thank God, because I'm pretty sure every game I played that card I lost, so I'm very happy to see it gone. But we won't make you wait any longer. We're going to jump into our wheels. I'm going to be rolling the Wheel of Fortune for Fallen Empires. Yeah.
Good luck, friend.
I don't know. I think I want common and uncommon wildcards, honestly, but we'll talk more about that when we get there. Otherwise, we're going to jump into Wooberg's wheel with you guys, explain what that is all about, and then we'll do our pack openings, and it'll be a good time. So thanks for sticking around if you are new, and if you've been here a while, this is going to be a wild ride.
Oh, yeah.
Colin, I'll see you on the other side of these pack openings.
See you on the other side. Best of luck, friend.
Don't give me that after you just destroyed me. We'll have my revenge. Anyways. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. We are at the Wheel of Fortune. And for those who are new to the series, what is the Wheel of Fortune? Well, the loser of the previous episode gets to spin on the Wheel of Fortune and then get some prizes based on that to kind of help bring them back into the fight, as it were. So what is on the Wheel of Fortune? Well, we have the most common choice is 3 packs. So we get 3 additional packs the previous sets. Honestly, for the sets like Fallen Empires, where there's only 8 cards per pack, it's not fantastic, I'll be quite honest, but for some of the more powerful sets, it is nice to open 3 new packs. However, what we really want are the wild cards. There are 2 sections. You either get a rare wild card, because mythics haven't been printed yet, so it's just rares, and you only get to pick 1 of any rare card when you spin that, or 2 X common uncommon wild cards, which have actually proven to be quite strong in the past, where I was able to get cards like Demonic Tutor and Animate Dead, which were uncommon back in the original printing. So for Fallen Empires, I actually think I want to aim for those uncommon and uncommon wild cards, because let's be honest, Fallen Empire rares are kind of trash. I'm sure there's a couple fine ones, but generally speaking, we want Hymns to Turok and High Tide, and those are both common and uncommon. So if we can get that, that would be wonderful. If we can open packs and open those as well, that'd be great. The rare wild card, kind of less excited about, but let's not keep you waiting. We're going to spin this Wheel of Fortune and see what we can pick up. Like to give it a few extra spins just to make sure, and we're off to the races. Oh, we were so close to the common uncommons. Oh god, you saw it was a splinter. All right, 3 packs. Let's see what we get. I'll see you guys on the pack opening. Okay, we have 3 packs of Fallen Empires. I'm not going to make you guys wait, so that's kind of crap. But we're going to open these up and see what we can get. Hopefully some High Tides and some Hymns to Turoks. Let's open up some Fallen Empires. All right, first pack, basically nothing. All right, second pack. What is an Elvish Farmer? During your upkeep, put a Spore counter on it. Remove 3 Spore counters to put a Saproling token. Sacrifice a Saproling to gain 2 life. As far as Saproling tech goes, it's not the worst card. But right now, Saproling tech is kind of meh. So this probably is going to have to sit in our back pile for a while. Havenwood Battleground, though, I actually kind of like these lands. It was able to let me push into a really crazy play in episode 8 before. And so I'm happy to see that as well. Did we get any in the first pack? No, we did not. All right, third pack. This is it. Let's see if we can open what we need. Okay. You know what? Night Soil. Not a bad card, as we saw Colin use it in the last episode. And we opened a High Tide. I'll take it. I'll take a High Tide. Honestly, if I was going to get an uncommon and common pick, I probably would have ended up going for a High Tide and a him. So we got one of the two at least. Not the most disappointing thing that could have happened. We are at Wooburg's Wheel, and Wooburg's Wheel, for those who are new, again, I'd like to explain things as a jumping off point for those entering the series. We spin on Wooburg's Wheel every episode to determine which color out of the 5 colors of Magic we have to play. And when we play that color, it has to at least be, you know, a sizable portion of our deck. About 1/3 or more of the deck should be that color. So we can't just splash 1 or 2 cards of green when we roll green, or, a multicolored blue-black spell and just 1 copy of it or something if we roll blue. We have to play it as a major part of our deck. So looking back at our footage making the ban episode, we did not roll a lot of blue and black, which is the pairing I really wanted to play. And now my precious Time Walk and Demonic Tutors are banned. I'll play anything. Kick off the episode. Plus, we're going to open a bunch of 4th editions, so I'm sure there'll be something cool there. So without further ado, let's give this Wooburg's Wheel a good spin. Let's see what we have to play today. Of course, episode 1, we have to get the thing we would have liked episode 8, but that's fine. I'll take it. I'm going to put together a deck when we see what cards we get from 4th edition, so let's go open up some packs.
Okay, so I guess first things first for season 2 is to just spin the wheel, see what colors we get. Kind of curious to see how, blue is obviously one of our more powerful colors now that it's kind of been declipped a bit, like we lost our sapphires and ancestral recall. So curious to see how that will play out, and like other colors will play out as well now. But I guess this is also our last chance to just get play sets of things. Maybe not our last chance, but chance to fill it out. But yeah, let's just hop right into the wheel and see what happens. Huh. Well, probably not the worst. It kind of sucks that we don't get to use our plowshares, but, we still have good cards in white, I think. I hope so. I have to double check. I haven't played white in a long time.
Okay, we are here with 4th edition. Look at that beautiful Mesa Pegasus. I believe that's the card off the top of my head. We're here with 4th edition. It says 378 cards, but I'm pretty sure there's only 368. There might be some, alternate arts. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe basic lands, but we're opening 18 packs. That's a ton of cards that I could get that Colin might not, and vice versa. So let's generate these packs, sort by rarity, and see what we get. This hurts. Right off the bat, this hurts. Swords to Plowshares is banned, and I'm the one who killed it. You know what? It's fine. As long as this is the only Swords to Plowshares we get, I'm feeling okay about it. Oh, we got a Gypsies card. So for those new to the series, there's a few cards that Wizards of the Coast removed because they didn't align with their current company values, and these Pradesh Gypsies were one of them, which, to be fair, I understand why they did it. We are going to be playing with these cards, although it's never come up. We've never really wanted to. I think I've maybe considered playing Crusade once, but other than that, I don't think it's a big deal. We're just doing it out of historical sort of wholeness, but that is why these cards may show up like this.
All right. 4th edition. Let's go. Let's just hop right into it. Let's get these 18 packs going. Okay, these look familiar. I got more anime deads than I can play. Tear's another good card. Living Artifact was always an interesting one. I think I played it in one of the matches earlier, and it's okay. It's not great. First pack, a little lackluster. Oh, there's another row here. Oh, Brothers of Fire. More fireballs. We don't need more fireballs, though.
Okay, next pack, we're gonna get Bad Moon. Okay, Animate Dead. I'm pretty sure we're getting close now to 4 Animate Deads, so that's awesome to see. Colin also has 4 Animate Deads, so we might see some crazy graveyard decks happening. Got a Terror. I'm not sure if we actually had a playset of this, so that's nice to see. And I know we had a Bad Moon, so getting a second one is good for that as well.
Ooh, Counterspell. That's nice to see. I think I have like 3 of those now. Getting another one would be amazing. Winter Orb, kind of love to see it, I guess. It kind of adds to the ones I already have. Yeah, it just kind of throws down what's on the field to see who can win the game in some ways, unless there's artifact removal or some sort of other way to generate value. Ooh, more Goblin Balloon Brigades. I like to see more goblins. That's another thing in the set that I'm pretty excited for. Is I know Goblin Kings still exist, so that'll be cool to see.
All right, what do we we get here? Oh, Hurkyl's Recall. That's actually an interesting card. And a channel. Colin didn't ban channel, and it was on his list. And now we have 3 channels. Fireball isn't banned yet. Channel Fireball is a very real deck. Let's hope Colin doesn't open many of these.
R.I.P. Hill Giants. You know, it was gonna happen. You know, we have to accept the fact that, you know, Hill Giants are no longer with us. Maybe, I don't know. Gray Ogres, but 2/2s. Honestly, 2/2s are pretty rough. It's also just War Mammoths, which have always just been flat out better than Hill Giants. Maybe we could do War Mammoth tech. Become the green player that we were so scared of being last season. Wrath of God, okay. I know Kieran has a few of these, so it's kind of nice to see that even out, you know, making bans in the future maybe a little harder.
Next pack. Okay, another Hurkyl's Recall. That's interesting. Let me know down in the comments. Are there any other combos with Hurkyl's Recall which you could use on yourself? Not as a defensive, but as an offensive play? I'd love to hear about it, because now we have 2 of them. Why not? Hey, it was Mesa Pegasus. Got it right. Perfect. Never again. Huh? Colin's gonna love that edit.
Earthquake to each player and each creature of outflying. Red board wipe. Interesting. I don't know if I got one of these before. Oh my god, Killer Bees. I love me some Killer Bees. Honestly, that'd be a fun deck. I wonder how many of those I have now. More Power Sinks. That's pretty nuts. Power Sinks I always love to see.
Alright, next pack. Stasis. Very cool. And a Library of Lang. Okay. So we had a Library of Lung. Lung? My last name is Lang. And this might be Lung. Library of Lung. We have 2 of them now, so that's kind of neat. And we never have opened a stasis between me and Colin. Neither of us have one of these. So players do not get an untap step during your upkeep. Pay 1 or destroy stasis. This is a huge lock piece. If we could get one more copy of this, we could make a cool sort of stacks deck, which could be fun. Terrible for the amount of time it takes to play a game, but fun nonetheless.
Oh, I saw this one when I was kind of looking at the 4th edition cards, when we were kind of figuring out when we do a set review or not, and we opted to not, just because of, you know, we've all seen these cards before if you've been watching the series. But this Fungasaur, I don't think I saw this. I don't know if Kieran got one or I didn't, but it's kind of a neat card. At the end of any turn in which Fungasaur receives damage, but does not leave play, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So it's not terrible. It kind of like keeps growing. It's just the way to instigate putting counters on it, I guess. Or maybe there's like a way to deal 1 damage very easily to all creatures, and like that board wipe could keep him alive somehow and he starts to get out of control. But, you know, maybe that's just me being wishful with my thinking.
Ooh, Mishra's Factory. Okay. I forgot this was in here. So Colin has 2 copies. God, I really hope he doesn't get 3 or 4. This was on my short list of bans. This card has just done so much work for Colin in the past, and I'm glad to see it for us, because it's basically a body that you can swing in on your turn, and then on their turn they have no real way to deal with it. Great card in these early games. Personal Incarnation, not so much.
Ooh, another Royal Assassin. I like to see that. It's a good card. I think Kieran had 2 of them too, so maybe we're catching up in that regard. But like a black 3 mana, 1/1 black creature where you tap to destroy a target. Tapped creature is pretty solid. Forces your opponent to like make some pretty hefty decisions. Uncle Istvan is pretty interesting. A 4 mana and basically doesn't take damage from creatures. Interesting card. Black is kind of getting a little spicy here.
Alright, we're getting about halfway through. And we got a rack. Very cool. Disenchant is also strong. And control magic. Thank God. Okay, so Colin has 2 control magics, and they have punished us on multiple occasions. We're playing blue today. I love to see this card.
Ooh, another Mana Barbs. It's interesting. Very interesting. Strip Mine. It's a banned card though. But yeah, it's one of the cards I banned in the ban episode just because Kieran was really taking advantage of it the few games he played it with. So I figured it might be a good thing to take out. Gloom is pretty intense. That's a lot of white hate right there. Jeez. It's too bad I'm playing white this time. I'll have to keep it in mind for the other matches, I guess. Seems like a good sideboard card.
All right, next pack. Meekstone and Counterspell. Very cool. Okay, so now we have 2 copies of Counterspell, if I'm not mistaken, which matches Colin's 2. And Meekstone, I believe this has now been errated to greater than 3. So No creature with power greater than 3 untaps during their control's untap step. Could make for a cheeky control stacks piece. Works well with the stasis potentially that we opened earlier, but yeah, not unhappy to see that. These packs have been fairly decent so far.
Oh wow, the Rakus seems pretty good. That's interesting, because I also have Black Vice, so it's kind of like the counter of that. So no matter what state Kieran's hand is in, it kind of isn't great. I wonder if I could maybe do some weird shenanigans like that. I feel like that could be like a little interesting way to, you know, spice up season 2. Could also totally backfire in my face, but we'll see, we'll see. More lightning bolts. Got them all already, but you know, don't hate it. Wow, another mana barbs. Jeez, another rack. Wait, is this for real? Yeah, what the heck? Because we just got a mana barbs and a rack in the last 2 packs. Interesting. Cursed rack. What the heck is this? Oh wow. Cursed rack, discard down to 4 cards. Interesting. It feels like there's some discard strats here. Maybe we can try to exploit this. It might be a little tough with white. Maybe white could be the one to keep us alive. So maybe white black might be an option.
Stone Rain. I'll have to check how many Stone Rains we have, because it's actually not a bad card. For 3 mana, destroy any land. It's nice in the right package. And yeah, that's the end, I guess. Got some more of those gypsies, but yeah, it was about a middling opening. Didn't get anything too crazy. Didn't get anything. It wasn't as bad as some of the other pack openings we've been through. We got cards like Bad Moon, 2 Hercule's Recall could be interesting. Stasis. I think we got 2 racks, so that's cool. So yeah, overall, not too upset about it. Curious to see what we can build in blue. Curious to see how Colin gets back from the 5 bans that we gave him last season. All right, guys, I'm gonna build the deck, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
Okay, I guess that's it. So like nothing outstanding, but I wouldn't say we opened like bad cards by any means. I don't know. I'll take a look, see what we get. Hopefully Kieran doesn't have anything too spicy. I mean, it is Fallen Empires he's choosing from, so I'm not terribly worried about that, even though there were some good cards in there. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. New season, new bans. It's 0-0 again. As much as we won that first season, you know, we're back to the drawing board.
So I have 3 words for you today. Mono Blue Tron. Admittedly, not anywhere close to how good it should be, but this is going to be our first attempt at doing some monocolor Tron shenanigans. Colin did not hit the Urza lands. He didn't hit the Urza Tower, the Power Plant, or the Mine, and we have the 4 play sets of them, or I should say the play sets of 4 of each of them, whereas Colin does not. So I'm going to try my best to utilize these as much as possible during this episode and moving forward into the episodes this season. So I thought, you know what? Why not try doing a monocolor deck? We haven't tried a monocolored. We've always played double color decks, and so mono blue, you know, I was looking through the collection and I'm like, there's some cards I just want to give a shot, and I think we can make a cool deck around it. Instead of Eldrazi as the Tron kind of core, we have artifacts, so we're gonna see how that plays out as well. But let's go through the card by card. We've got Aladdin's Ring. It's an 8 mana artifact, and you tap 8 to deal 4 damage to target creature or player. This is gonna be kind of one of the bread or butter cards of trying to kill Colin. So if we can get Aladdin's Ring out really quickly and then start hitting him for a 4 damage every turn, it might not be likely, but it could be fun. We have our double Black Lotus. We brought a Mox Jet and a Soul Ring. I actually left the Mox Emerald and one of the Soul Rings out on the sideboard because, or not on the sideboard, but in the collection, just because we have a lot of double blue, triple blue, quadruple blue spells, and these do not pay for any of those costs. So they're good, and I still brought the 4 of them, but I think that having an extra island in this case was probably a better idea. We have Book of Ross, which is a card I haven't had the chance to play yet. I've put it in the last like 2 decks I've built, and I haven't had a chance to play it. We actually had 2 copies, but oh god, I had such trouble cutting cards from this deck, and so one of the Book of Ross has ended up going. But basically, pay some life, draw some cards, seems pretty good. Brought in the 2 conch horns. You know, the art is awesome. Also, Colin had played it in the last game, and it seemed to work out for him, so we're gonna bring those in as well. We do have some cards that we want artifacts in the deck for, which I'll get to in a moment, but conch horn could be a little bit of a value play. Brought in a Disruption Scepter. I don't think we've played this one yet. It's 3 mana, and Colin has to discard a card of his choice. So if we can just make him discard a card every turn, I think it could provide some really good value, and because we're playing kind of big mana, we should have the mana to play it and activate it in the same turn, hopefully. We also brought back the Icy Manipulator. We haven't played this one in a hot minute, but pay 1 mana, basically tap a land, creature, or artifact, can shut down some of his lands, we can shut down his big creatures with this. It's just an all-around pretty decent card. So those are our artifacts, except we brought in some artifact creatures. So we brought in some clay statues. As you can see, you're already probably making comments. Yes, I have 6 creatures in the deck, but we're playing a pretty control-y style manipulation game, and we have ways to get a couple of our bigger creatures onto the battlefield through other means. So brought in 2 clay statues. They're 4 mana 3/1s, but you pay 2 colorless to regenerate. I think if we can just get one of these on the board, Colin's gonna have a really hard time removing it. I'm pretty sure Terror doesn't hit artifact creatures. I could be wrong about that, but yeah, could be a really good card if we can stick it. We brought in 2 Colossus of Sardia, 9 mana 9/9 tramples. Do not untap during your untap step. You pay 9 mana to untap them during your upkeep. Now, if we can get one of these out, Colin's gonna have a really hard time dealing with a 9/9 trample, and we have ways to untap it a little cheekily that doesn't require us tapping 9 mana, but we're also playing the Urza's lands, so if we do have to pay the 9 mana to untap it, I think we'll be able to. And then we brought a Leviathan. First of all, let me just say, I know this isn't the ideal pick. I know. There's probably other cards I could have brought, but this is the one and probably only chance that this card is ever going to be relevant. We're playing mono blue, so the quadruple blue is doable. We have Black Lotuses also to help that. It's a 10/10 trample. That's 2 attacks to kill, maybe less depending on how far we get them down when we play it. Comes into play tapped. It doesn't untap. You have to sacrifice 2 islands to untap it, and you have to sacrifice 2 islands to attack with it. Yes, it's going to be brutal, but like I said, we have some ways to untap our creatures, and so if we can even get 1 win with this card, I would be super happy. So we brought in Leviathan, we brought in Tetravis. This card is actually really decent and has really gotten shit on the few games we've played it. It's a 6 mana 1/1. It enters with 3/1 counters. It's flying. Basically, during your upkeep, you can remove any amount of those counters to create 1/1 artifact flyers that can't be enchanted for some strange reason, and then you can also sacrifice them to put +1 counters on the creature back. So you basically can kind of swap back and forth between modes. The idea here would be, though, to kind of immediately split into 4 bodies and put pressure on Colin. Enchantments, we brought 3 erosions. Again, mono blue, triple blue enchantment. Basically, Colin has to pay 1 or 1 life, or his land is destroyed on the enchanted land. So we're just going to be trying to hit his lands with this Phantasmal Terrain double blue enchantment, and turns his land into any basic land type of our choice. Could shut him out of colors of mana, and we brought a playset of them. Brought in 2 boomerangs, returns any permanent back to their hand, whether that is artifacts, enchantments, lands, creatures. We opted not to take the unsummons because I just thought Boomerang's a bit more flexible. Brought in 2 counter spells, 2 mana drains, and 2 remove spells as our counter package. And then we brought in 4 Twiddles. Now Twiddle is good because you can actually tap down some of Colin's stuff, but more importantly, you can untap stuff like the Icy Manipulator, the Disruption Scepter, the Aladdin's Ring. You can also untap creatures like the Colossus and the Leviathan. So this is going to be our way to kind of get in the damage we need with these big boys, while also having utility in other parts of the game. We brought 18 lands because we only brought the 4 cheap mana rocks. Brought in, I believe, 8 or so islands, and then 3 of each of the Urza's lands. Now, those who haven't experienced these yet, basically, if you can get 1 of each of the Urza lands down, then they generate a lot more mana. So if you have 1 of each, you can generate like 7 colorless mana, which basically solves our like Colossus problem. In our sorceries, we brought 2 Drain Powers. We have 3 in the collection, but I had to cut 1 because I just had to make cuts in the deck. Basically, you rip out all of your opponent's mana. They have to tap it all down, and then you get the mana as your own. Could be a really good power push to get these bigger spells out. Reconstruction, we brought 3 of. It brings an artifact back from your graveyard to your hand. So if he kills our Colossus or our statues, we can bring them back. If he destroys any of our other artifacts, for example, our conch horns we could even bring back if we've activated them just to get a little bit more value. So these could be really good. Also, our Tetravis always dies, so being able to bring it back with these might be useful. And lastly, we have Transmute Artifact. So basically what happens with this one is you sacrifice an artifact and go into your deck and get any other artifact and put it on the battlefield, paying the difference in cost. So for example, if we had a conch, we could sacrifice the conch to the Transmute Artifact and then go and pay 7 mana to get a Colossus straight to the battlefield. So this is kind of our way that we can get these big artifact creatures out on the battlefield. Or even if we want, grab an Aladdin's Ring or even an Icy Manipulator or a Book of Ross if we want some value. In the sideboard, we brought 2 Meek Stones if he's playing creatures power 3 or greater. Just a reminder, this got errated to 3 or greater. We brought in the Sea Singers. If he's playing blue, or if we feel these Phantasmal Terrains are really consistent, we can bring these in, and these guys can actually just tap and steal his creatures. So it's actually kind of interesting, especially if he's playing some really powerful creatures. Control Magic, if he has again, if he has a good creature lineup. We brought in Flood. It's a 1 mana enchantment, pay 2, tap a creature without flying. Really good in a mono blue deck. And then Blue Elemental Blast ×3, Flash counters ×3 against instant spells, Flash Flood against red, and remove souls against more creatures based decks. So I don't know. This deck is janky, I won't lie, but I also think it brings some power and some potential. So let's jump into a game with Colin and see if we can win our first episode of Season 2. I'll see you guys in Game 1.
So we ended up going white-blue, which is probably my least favorite color combination. I don't really like to play like control decks that much, but we are playing a control deck. I kind of followed through on what I was saying while opening packs by. We're throwing in the rack, and we're also throwing in the Black Vice. So between these two cards, it's either gonna force or punish Kieran for not having a lot of cards or punish Kieran for having too many cards. So we'll kind of put a lot of pressure on him that way. Also, we have the Cursed Rack if he ends up drawing a lot of cards somehow that we don't know about yet. Slow him down a lot. This card probably won't be as good, I think, though. The issue is that's not a lot of cards for win conditions. We have some other discardy tech with Wand of Ith. We also have lots of defense. We're playing a very defensive game. So I have a full play set of Apprentice Wizards now, so I figured I'd use them for like some potentially pretty easy ramp, and maybe some jumpers sometimes, leading into a lot of walls. So we have Walls of Swords, we have Wall of Air, and our other kind of more mid-gamey creatures are the Moorish Cavalry, which I guess in some ways are like White Hill Giants of Trample. But these will stand the test to see if we can actually compete with the Hill Giants, in which case they might be Kieran's Bane. Should be great. Aside from that, in Creatureland, we have lots of time elementally, preachery kind of creatures. We threw some legendaries in there because blue and white I don't have any Sarah Angels or anything, so my high end for these colors is not good creature wise. So we have Jedit, which is just a cool cat. We have Tobias and Andrion, which is just like 5 mana 4/4, not too bad for a creature. So hopefully those guys will start to kind of do work for us in the later game if we can keep them alive. As we move into enchantments, of course, control magic. So hopefully we can start using, oppress the board more. So if Kieran can get something out, we'll take control of it, and if Kieran will have to get past some put mana drain in here with counter spells, as well as a bunch of unsummons, just because Kieran still has that Black Lotus crazy pop-off tech. Getting rid of the demonic tutors was only a way to slow it down or try to make it less consistent. So we still have to be kind of careful. Unsummon is still great at doing that. We also popped in some cheeky Righteous Defenses. They're just 1 mana +7/+7. It's basically like Giant Growth, but like in a defensive position. So I don't think these cards are that great, but I figured having some combat tricks seemed to pay off last time. Why not try it again, maybe in a more defensive way, and see what happens. Beyond that, we're just, kind of running, our Temple, Mishra's Factory. I got a Katian Store, which is an interesting land that I haven't tried out yet, and also we're finally using Kakaraz. I figured it was a white land, it doesn't really hurt to put it in there. Meanwhile, we have the Resurrections to try to, make sure those big cards do come back if they do get bonked. And then we also have Brain Geyser, just to kind of continue with our weird hand-size shenanigan games. Can use it on myself to try to get a boost in tempo, or I can really put the pressure on Kieran by forcing him to draw a ridiculous amount of cards, and then have, I believe it is, the Black Vices will really do work, because I can force him to draw a lot of cards on my turn, then on his turn he takes a ton of damage on his upkeep from the Black Vices, especially if I get 2 of them out there. Pretty nuts. As far as the sideboard, I won't touch on it too much, but it's mostly like kind of color hate, and then also some artifact hate, and also like Island of Wakwath, Wrath of God, and Armageddon are in there for some like board wipey stuff. But we'll have to see what he's playing first before we kind of commit too hard to that stuff, and yeah. Let's just hop into Game 1 of Season 2. Hopefully Kieran will, I'm sure he's built a great deck, but hopefully my weird hand-sized jank can prevail over just like solid cards. Anyways, wish me luck.
Colin, we are in Season 2, and this is the first episode. This is where we build momentum. This is where I come back. This is where we prove that villains can win and not just heroes.
Are you the villain in this circumstance?
I don't know. Maybe I've typecast myself into the role, but yeah.
I feel like if anything, I might be the villain at this point because I'm the one.
Well,
It's
The
like
best
the underdog
villains-
story, you know?
Well, I feel like the best villains are the ones that used to be heroes. So, you know, your fall to grace could be coming.
Oh my gosh.
They
This is where
they be calling me Megamind over here because I'm a villain turned good.
This is where the narrative begins.
Yeah, could be. But let's not keep the audience waiting any longer.
All right.
It's time to count to 4th edition and roll our dice here. Okay.
Ooh,
I got a
okay.
10.
I got a 6.
Barely squeaked it out. So I'm gonna give my deck a couple shuffles here. Try to remember my hotkeys and draw 7 cards. I'll be going first. Good luck,
Alrighty.
my man.
Good luck to you too. Ooh, interesting.
Okay. This hand is... It's okay. It's fine. It's not the best, but it's not the worst.
This is a little rough.
I'll keep my hand.
I think I'll hang on too, actually. It's a little rough, but you know, my deck is doing what it's supposed to be doing. It should be okay.
Alright, sounds good. Well, I will start her off by going to untap, upkeep, skip, draw, go to main 1, and I will play an island, and I will be passing to you.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Oh, baby. Yes, please. I will play an island.
Oh god.
Tap said island
Why?
and play a black vice.
Wow. Alright. You went with this strategy. You couldn't wait.
I'll go to
said-
second main. Then go to my end and pass, and I couldn't wait. It's juicy. It's juicy. Why do you think I got brain geyser?
You know what? Let me draw cards. That's fine with me.
Okay.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Main 1. We're gonna throw down another island.
Sorry, on your upkeep, I believe you take 2 damage.
Oh, untap, upkeep.
Because you had 6 cards in your hand.
I would have had 6. You're right. Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. All right, I'll play an island and tap 2 and cast a conch horn.
Oh, going for the card draw.
Yeah, we're going for
Playing
the conch.
right into my hands, Kieran.
You inspired me. I'll pass to you.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Go to main 1. I will play an island. I see we've both got similar colors again.
No. I swear to God, if we're playing the same colors, Colin, it's going to be incredibly coincidental.
Oh no. I will tap 1, play a soul ring,
Okay.
and then I will go to main and pass turn there. And remember to take that damage on your upkeep.
All right, untap, upkeep. I'll take 1 damage. Draw step. Main 1. We're gonna cast another island, and I'm gonna pay 3 here and cast erosion, targeting your untapped island. So during your upkeep, you have to pay 1 mana, 1 life, or the land is destroyed.
Interesting.
Does that resolve?
I see. I believe that resolves. I'll move that over there. Perfect.
And with that, I'll pass to you.
Untap. It's on the upkeep. I have to do that?
Yep.
Okay. Upkeep. Or sorry, untap. Upkeep. I'll take 1 life to keep
All
it
right.
there. Go draw. Main 1. I will pay 4 to cast Living Wall.
Ooh, okay.
And then I'll pass the
see
turn
you.
to you.
I see what you're up to. I feel like, all right, this is gonna be interesting. Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. I'm gonna play an island.
Okay. Interesting. Are you only mono blue? What's going on here?
I'm just not drawing my colors, man. What can I say?
Interesting.
I'm trying to think what's in my deck here. You know what? I'm gonna go and sack the conch horn.
Okay.
Draw 2 cards. And put 1 back on top. I will pay 1 and cast Reconstruction to return an artifact from my graveyard to my hand.
Oh, interesting. I see
Bring
what
back-
you're doing. I see what you're
Bring
doing.
back the conch horn.
Okay.
And I'll pass to you.
Untap, upkeep. I'll pay 1 life to keep that land. Draw. Go to main 1. It's interesting now.
This is gonna be a really weird game.
This is, yeah, I'm actually, I don't even know what to do. Let's see, the pitfalls in my deck are coming to haunt me. You know what? I'll just go to main 2 and step, pass the turn to you. And on your upkeep, you'll take 1 from the black dice. Unless you can do something about it.
Sure. Untap, upkeep, take 1, draw, main 1. I'm gonna play play an Urza's Mine.
Oh no, this is not ban is gonna come back and haunt me.
I'll pay 2 and cast the Conch Horn.
Okay.
I'll crack the Conch Horn right away.
Okay.
Put that back on top. Pay 1 mana. Cast Reconstruction, bringing back the Conch Horn to my hand.
Oh wow, I see what's going on. There's a lot of legwork going in here.
Is it all resolved? Is all good?
Yeah, you're all good. Go for it.
Alright. I'll pass to you.
Untap, upkeep, I'll pay 1 life.
Sure.
Draw, main 1. Play Mishra's Factory.
Yup. Hate that card. Question is, how many Mistress Factors did you get?
That's the ultimate question.
If you got any, I'm gonna be sad.
I wonder what to do. Really missing out here. I will pass turn there. Don't forget to take your 1, unless you can play something.
Never dream of it. Untap, upkeep, take my 1, draw the card I already knew was coming. Main 1.
This reconstruction strategy is pretty interesting.
Thank you.
I'm actually impressed.
I don't know if it's working, but
You're eventually gonna hit something.
theory. I need to somehow stop that Mistress Factory from winning the game. I'm gonna pay 2 and cast the Conch Horn.
Okay.
It's no good, no good, no good, no good. I'm gonna activate the Conch Horn.
Interesting. Okay.
Draw 2.
He's digging.
Put this back on the deck. Play an Urza's Power Plant.
Okay.
This is such a cerebral game compared to what we usually do.
I know. We're both trying to go big brain here.
Big brain. Fucking big brain
Yeah.
shit. It's big brain time. I'll
Out of
pass
the
you.
Goblin Caves and into the Black Fuzz power plants. Untap, upkeep, take my 1. Draw. Main 1. Here we go. We got a plains now.
Oh, I did not see that coming. I thought you were mono blue for a sec. Looks like we're both getting color screwed a bit.
Yeah, it's kind of a strange one. I think it's very tempting, but I kind of like how that's going around right now. I think I will tap 1 to play, or I can't do it that way, sorry. I guess I'll just tap the Soul Ring to play Mishra's Factory as a creature.
Okay.
Then we'll go to combat.
Wait, so you're
losing
losing
that
your...
Yep.
You're losing the mana? Okay.
And then,
In before combat, before attackers.
Mhm.
Do I want to do this?
Taps Island. Interesting.
Never mind. It's fine.
Okay. I will swing at you with Mishra's.
Take 2.
Mystery's Assembly Worker. And going to main 2, I'll tap 1 plains to play Abu Jafar.
Hang on, hold.
Okay.
I will pay 2 mana and remove soul to counter it.
Oh man, this is gonna be a long game. Yeah, that's okay. You can
Okay.
have 'em. And then
Good stuff.
we'll go to end step. Pass turn to you.
Alright, untap, upkeep, I don't take that stupid black vice damage. Draw, main 1. This is challenging.
It's got 6 mana. I would think if you didn't play anything, you'd probably have a counterspell.
I'll pay 3 and I'll cast Erosion, targeting your planes.
Ooh, okay, interesting.
Resolve.
Yeah, that's okay.
Pass you.
Untap, taking 2 on my upkeep now.
Yep.
Draw.
I mean, you can pay mana too, you don't have to. So,
Yeah.
like, you can tap them for the mana, right?
Oh, I know. I just need the mana right now.
Okay, sure.
Or more or less, I guess. Pay 1. Play a second Black Vice.
Oh, jeez. Okay, that's getting spooky now.
Actually, instead of playing the plains, I'll play the Soul Ring to play the Black Vice and make Mishra's.
Sure.
And then going to combat, I'll swing in for 2.
Oh boy, I'll take 2.
Slow beats. We'll move on to the end step and pass turn there.
Alright. Waiting for that brain geyser to kill me. Untap, upkeep, draw. Okay, it's not a bad draw. It's not a bad draw. That Mishra's Factory is, as always, being just a pain in my ass.
I definitely thought it would be on your ban list.
Oh, it will be, I'm sure, if you open a few more. I'm gonna go 1, 2... Oh, there's no... You have 5 cards in hand and you're playing blue. There's no fucking way you don't have mana drain.
Just hold on to your cards. It's okay. Nothing bad will come from it.
Sucks! I'll pass you.
Untap, upkeep.
Erosion.
I'll pay 2 of the Soul Ring.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Stop the bleeding a bit. We'll move to main 1. And I'll play the Civilinite
Come
Temple.
on, you can do it, I believe.
Civilinite Temple?
Civilinite.
Civilinite.
Alright,
Civilinite
it's a good
Temple.
one.
Another
It comes
one
in
for
play
you.
tapped.
To a road. Thank you. Sorry.
It's all good.
Then I will play Plains to Mishras.
Wait, why did I wrote the planes and not the Mishra's Factory?
I don't know.
Alright,
But
whatever.
the Mishra's coming at you. I mean,
Alright,
it
I'll
is my
take it.
only Plains right now.
That's true. I'll take 2.
Okay, go to main 2 and pass it over. You'll be taking
Wow.
2 damage on your upkeep if you don't get a card out of your hand.
When you're right, you're right. At the end of your turn, I will cast Twiddle,
Ooh.
and I will tap your island.
You'll tap my island. Sounds like you want to play something next turn.
No, I just forgot about me having 5 cards, so
Okay.
you actually kind of reminded me. Although I guess I could have done that. Well, anyways, all right.
You could have done that
Untap-
during the untap phase. I
Yeah,
guess.
but then I would have been down a mana on the turn, so I appreciate the little tip there.
Yeah, no worries.
Tap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Okay, that's actually pretty good. It's pretty good considering what I'm under right now. So I'm gonna pay 4 and cast Icy Manipulator.
Oh.
So I can tap a land, a creature, or an artifact for 1 mana. I obviously have to tap the.
Right, because it's
I have
the
to tap it.
the
Mono artifact.
as we now know.
As we now know. And pass to you.
All right, untap. You gonna tap anything?
Nope. Whoa! I just got big deja vu.
Really?
Ah, that was weird.
Interesting. I'll tap the Soul Ring to keep my stuff away.
Okay.
Going to the upkeep.
Sure.
Drawing. Going to main 1. Gonna play another land, which happens to be another Mishra's Factory.
Oh, for okay.
Then I will tap in an island, making Mishra's a creature going into combat.
I will pay 1 and tap your Mishra's Factory.
All right, making it unable to attack now. Then I suppose we'll just go to main 2 and then pass the turn to you. See what you got.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. It's not bad either.
Every turn,
Push.
I get closer to Brain Geyser.
It's true. Just really don't want to play any of your counter spells.
Yes, all my counter spells.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be funny if I put no counter spells on this deck?
it would be pretty funny. The mind games would definitely be real.
all
They
that all that
definitely-
work in season 1 I put in.
You know what? Let's just test it. I'm gonna cast Clay Statue. It's a
What is
4
Clay
mana
Statue do?
3/1 artifact creature that has pay 2 mana to regenerate.
Yeah, that's fine. Go for
What?
it.
There's no fucking way you're not playing counter magic in your blue-white control deck. Like, there's like no universe where that's a thing. Pass to you.
Maybe you gotta give me more juicy targets.
Maybe. I feel like a 4 mana drain's pretty
Untap.
good.
Upkeep will pay the Soul Ring.
Sure.
Drawing. Going to main 1. Main island.
This is a weird game, dude.
This is so strange. Do it. Just trying to think. What's the best way?
I just like to point out that Clay Statue's flavor text says, Tawnos, who's a famous MTG character, won fame as Urza's greatest assistant, Urza being like the greatest artificer in the multiverse. After he created these specific warriors, Urza ended his apprenticeship, promoting him directly to the rank of master. Urza's bar for becoming a master was creating a 4 mana 3/1 with pay 2 to regenerate.
Hey man, I
Hey.
feel like maybe it's like everyone was like, hey, Urza, you gotta make this master's program. And he's like, what are you talking about? Why would I do that? It's so dumb. And they're like, no, like you gotta do it. It'll be good for the community, whatever. And
maybe
he's like, you know what? Screw it. Here, have this clay statue. Give it to whoever.
Or maybe Tawnos was like a little bit slow, you know what I mean? And Urza was like, I feel bad for the kid, you know, let's just promote him to master. It's just a title, you know, it's not.
Yeah. Oh my god, I could see that too.
Meanwhile, he's going infinite and fucking like commander, and Tawnos is like,
Yeah,
Clay Golem.
clay statue, let's go. Okay, so I think I've made up my mind. I'm going to pay
Concede?
1. Thought about it. I'm gonna bring up my Mishra's Factories,
All right,
then move to combat.
sure.
Going to pay 1 blue to unsummon your clay statue. Bringing it back to your hand.
I'm gonna pay 2 and cast Counterspell.
Ooh, countering an unsummon, hey?
Dude, the tempo's too good. you kidding me?
I'll counter
All
the counter
right,
spell.
sure, that's fine, whatever. All right.
All right, and then going to combat, I'll swing in
Take
for
my
4.
4. Danger,
And
danger.
I'll end and pass turn to you, and unless you can solve something by your upkeep, that's 2 more damage.
I don't think it is, my man. I only have 4 cards in hand.
Oh, right, because you cast a counterspell. My bad. That's the reason why I unsummoned was to bump you back up. But I guess if you casted a spell after that.
Yeah. Untap, upkeep, draw.
Field is
Ooh.
yours, sir.
I will be playing Urza's Tower and complete my Urzatron.
That's terrifying. The good thing is you don't have any red mana. Or else I might just die.
Then I play a mountain and you're like...
So they're each 3 each now? Or
No,
2,
it's 3, 2, 2.
2. Okay.
Urza's Tower is 3, the others are 2, so it's 7.
11 mana. Wow.
It's pretty good, but
It's pretty spooky.
I mean, you're tapped out. I feel like I should probably just make this push. I'm gonna tap for 7 colorless mana, 8, 9, and cast Colossus of
Oh my
Sardia.
god, what the heck is this?
9/9 trample. Does not untap during my untap phase. Pay 9 to untap it during my upkeep. From the
Yikes.
Sardian mountains wakes ancient doom. Warriors born from a rocky womb.
Damn. That's terrifying. That makes sense why you're running the twiddles now. I see you.
I'll pass to you. If you have unsummon, I'm gonna
Right.
cry.
Onto upkeep, I'll take 2.
Okay. Wow. Oh, you're
I'll
brain
draw.
me? Is that what's happening here?
That would be great, but that is not the case. I will tap 1, 2, 3, 4. Play control magic on your Colossus.
It's very unfortunate. I hate that fucking card so much. Alright, sure.
Nice. Okay. Now you still have the Icy Manipulator up, eh?
I do indeed.
Alternatively, I could do that. No, I think pushing for damage is more important. So I will pay 1. I will pay 2. Bring in the assembly workers into
Sure.
combat.
I will tap one of them down and
Okay.
take the 2 damage.
Awesome. And then I will end and pass to you.
Whoo!
It's getting a little tight over there.
Untap, upkeep, draw. It's not what I wanted to draw. Main 1. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
The 11 mana wonder.
This is tough, dude. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana.
Yep. I'm so curious if you're actually playing another color or if you're just messing with me.
You'll never know.
To be fair though, I've only drawn 1 planes and you've drawn a similar amount of cards to me, so it very much could be.
It's true. I'm gonna pay for 7. Oh god. Hang on. I'll pay 4 and cast Clay Statue.
Okay.
This is so tough. Ah!
How you doing?
No. Yeah, unfortunately that's not gonna work. I'll pass to you.
Interesting. Untap. Upkeep. Tap my Soul Ring to pay
Okay.
for the erosion cost. Draw. Ooh, here we go. Main 1. This will be... What's your plan if I swing in here? We will find out, I guess. Pay 1, pay 2. Bring the Mishras on board.
Yep.
Go to combat.
I'll pay 1 and tap down the Colossus.
Okay. Colossus tapped. Swing in with the Mishras.
I will block Mishra's Factory with the Clay Statue.
Alright.
I'll pay 2 to regenerate.
Okay. So Mishra is down. You'll
I'll take 2.
2.
Go to 1.
Go to 1. And then I will pay 1 to play the Rack.
Oh my god. I need to have 3 cards.
Yeah, you need to have 3 cards during your upkeep.
Or 4.
else-
4. 3 or 4.
Yeah, sorry, 4. Well, wait, is it...
Yeah, because Black Vice is 4,
Over
more
4,
than
and
4,
then
and this
3.
one is less than 3.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Alright. You good?
Yeah.
If I pull this out,
Pass.
untap, upkeep, draw, main? Oh my god, this is stressing me out. I need to have 3 or 4 cards in my hand.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Device in the rack, putting you in a box. I really hope I draw Brain Geyser and then I can sideboard in all my normal cards and never have to do this again.
I'm gonna pay 7, 8, and cast
Oh my God.
Aladdin's Ring.
Ooh, what does Aladdin's Ring do?
8 to cost to deal 4 damage to any target.
8 tap. Okay, seems good.
It's pretty alright. And I'll pass to you.
Okie dokie. Untap, upkeep, tap the Soul Ring to pay for the erosion.
Okay, what'd you get, Colin? What's
Yeah.
happening over there?
Ooh. Oh, wait. Oh, that's so
Oh,
unfortunate.
Colossus. You need to lock the Colossus.
Oh, yeah, sorry. This is such a weird game.
This is a really crazy game. And it's engaging, it's not just boring.
I know. Oh my gosh. That's scary because then you can start blowing up my stuff for 8 mana.
The fact that scares you makes me very happy because I'm very worried right now.
Man, and I'm 1 mana short of untapping that Colossus, which would really change things up.
Yeah, but if you untap the Colossus, you take 2 damage from the erosions.
Yeah.
And you have to tap out.
Yeah, it's tough. I forgot that you remove Soul by Abu Jafar. Poor little dude. I will pay 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
Play an Apprentice Wizard.
Okay, sure, yeah. Zero power, zero power.
Yeah, 0 power, 0
Okay.
power. You're good, you're good.
Does tap for 3 colorless, though, which is semi-relevant.
It's true. Feels bad, but I'll end turn and pass.
My
that.
heart is racing. Untap, upkeep, draw. Interesting.
Basically play 1 card a turn. I had crazy deja vu right now too, actually.
Yeah?
Heck yeah.
The racks are honestly just both the rack and the vice are just like keeping me in this like constricted or hold where I can't do too much, I can't do too little.
Yeah, you've got like the one thing to do, basically.
And even that's risky. Like I'd almost rather stay at 4 just so that I have ability to play things on your turn, right?
Right. Because you are playing blue.
That's true.
Get yourself out of a bind.
This is really, really difficult. Because I'm assuming you don't have much. I'm like figuring out what you have in your hand. Because like, I feel like if you had like, maybe, well, I don't know. Like if you had unsummon type effects, would you be using them on the clay statue? I don't know if you would. You probably would have beforehand. I don't think you would have last turn. But then what's in
I
your
just want to
hand?
force cards into your hand.
Well, and I know you have 2 brain geysers, so it's just a matter of time before I get geysered to...
I only actually have 1. The original brain geyser I had was in episode 0.
Oh, okay. I thought you had 2 now. Okay, that's...
I wish. That'd be
1
so
in
funny.
40? 1 in 40? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess those aren't bad
Your odds have shot up quite a bit.
Yeah, no doubt, eh? I'm gonna pass to you.
Really? I'll untap, trigger my upkeep, pay for the Soul Ring, draw, main 1, play an island.
Okay.
I'll just pass there.
End of your turn, I'm gonna pay 8
Mhm.
and slam you in the face for 4 damage with the Lattice Ring. I have a
Here it
clock now
comes.
too.
Yeah,
I have a
you
clock.
got a clock. You got a clock.
I am shocked I'm not dead right now.
You're very lucky. There's so many outs I have right now, and it's kind of scary me that you have a faster clock than I do.
Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. I do like to
Aladdin's
see
Ring.
that.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought this card is anything close
Yeah.
to playable?
Icy Manipulator's got the Colossus on lock. Shit, this is close, dude. This
This
is so
is
close.
really close. I'm like thinking this is the most I've ever thought about any of our episodes. Like this is cerebral to the point of anxiety.
Oh yeah.
Feel like I'm at Worlds in top 8 or something. Like Team Lang, we're not letting you down, all right? I'm really putting some big brain power into this one.
You got me on a turn though. I need an answer on my next turn, or I'm dead.
Hypothetically, if I play it slow, yes, but I don't. I'm just worried about what you could draw. That's all. I'm gonna cast Black Lotus.
Okay.
Pass to you.
All right.
Black Lotus pass. What a turn.
Untap. Upkeep. I need to think if I'll take 2. Go to
From
draw.
the erosions.
Yep. Main 1.
All right. I'd like to see that. All right.
Dang it.
This is it. I mean, this is it. You have to win this turn, right?
Yeah.
Because I can ping you with the ring on your turn and then do it again on mine.
Yep. That's why I took the 2. Doesn't really matter at this point. It's inconsequential.
Oh, keep in mind if you do want to do the Colossus, it has to be during your upkeep.
Oh.
So it's fine. If you want to do that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or if you want to think about it and then do it, that's fine. I mean, obviously you wouldn't have known what you drew, but like, whatever. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. No, I think that's game. Can't do it, because you'll tap down the Colossus and then can block my Mishras. I can't get another attacker in time.
Well, and like I said, I just do the ring for the 1.
Yep. And then at the start of your turn, you do
I
it
can
again.
do it again. And if you did have some like responsive thing to do, I did draw into the counter spell.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, you got me. Yeah.
Oh my
That was
god.
intense. Holy.
Dude. When you had me at 1 HP, I'm like, it's over. Like, I'm done.
I needed to get like an unsummon.
Yeah.
or a Brain Geyser. I had nothing to do with haste. I did have, no, not even that would have worked. Yeah, no, you were pretty set with your instant cards there. That was tight. I'm really excited for game 2 now. I know exactly what cards I'm putting in.
All right, well, I'll see you in game 2.
All right, see you in game 2. Holy moly, that was one crazy match. I definitely thought I had Kieran at one point, but then slowly realized with that Aladdin's ring, I was pretty doomed because, like, you know, as much as putting him in that box kind of restricts him, it wasn't, like, I wasn't necessarily putting on enough pressure, I think. So we did sideboard in our handy dandy Serendip Efreets, and we replaced our walls and Abu Jafar with those, just because, you know, Kieran wasn't really playing a lot of creatures, and I think if I have more board presence and force him to spend those cards, then all of a sudden the Rack and Black Vice will start to activate more, or at least, you know, put more pressure on him to make decisions. Erosion does suck though. Erosion is kind of like his version of Black Vice or the Rack. But the good thing is I can pay mana for it, which later in the game starts to even out a bit. I also took out Cursed Rack because it was literally in my hand that whole last game. It never felt really useful. In fact, it kind of helps him get to the right amount of cards. I feel like this one will be like more useful later on. So I put in the Martyrs of Corliss because I realized that this might actually be able to shut down his Aladdin's Ring if I can get it on the field. So unless he's tapped, any damage done by artifacts is applied to Martyrs of Corliss instead of any damage done to, me would be put to him. So at least if he tried to burst me down with Aladdin's Ring, he would just get stonewalled by the Martyrs, which is really good. Also, kind of sucks that we only got one planes that whole game, but you know, I'm like a little lighter on the planes, but it's because I have more blue creatures and just more blue things, but you know, I'm not too worried about that. I feel like that was more luck of the draw. The other thing I put in was Armageddon. Just if he is relying so heavily on, like, you know, these big mana costy things, especially with the Urza lands and stuff, it might be beneficial for me to set up my Black Vice trap, maybe have a creature on the board, then just destroy all the lands. And then he has to kind of scramble to deal with the creature, especially because he hasn't been really running anything besides like clay statues and big artifact creatures. The rest of my sideboard, honestly, doesn't make sense to put in right now because it's color hate. We don't know if he has another color. Honestly, it's kind of feeling like he just went mono blue, which in case, kudos to him. No, I don't think any of us have gone mono yet. But I think this sideboard definitely improves our chances. It definitely puts a little more pressure on him. So I'm curious to see how it goes. But yeah, wish me luck. I mean, hopefully it's another close one. This is like probably one of my favorite matchups so far, even though it's a deck I would normally hate playing. But anyways, let's get into it.
I shouldn't be alive right now. And I'm stressed out the fucking wazoo. But you know what? We won game 1 by the skin of our teeth. Mono Blue Tron worked. I mean, it just did. Granted, I did draw into the tower at exactly when I needed it most, and that did allow us to push into those cards like Aladdin's Ring and the Colossus, which he admittedly stole, but holy crap, that was just, what a game. Probably the best game, I would say, the best game we've had so far in the progression series. Let us know down in the comments. What's your favorite game that we've had so far? This one was a long one, but I think it is definitely among the top. I'm going to see what we can bring in for sideboard, and I'll come back to you guys in a sec. All right, so this was a tough one for sideboard. I ended up bringing in 2 flash counters because they can get rid of his counter spells, and they can also counter his unsummons and that sort of thing. He didn't have a lot of creatures, so I felt like I could take out safely the remove souls because I did have counter spells, boomerangs, mana drains. I just feel like he has more cards that are relevant towards flash counter than he does towards the remove soul. I also brought in one of the Sea Singers. I wanted to bring in both, but to be honest, he doesn't have a lot of creatures, and this could basically take control of stuff back if he uses his control magic. Maybe I'll bring in the second one if we lose game 2, but I thought just the one would be good enough for now. So what I took out I took out the Remove Souls. I also took out one of the Reconstructions, because while it was good and it got us some card advantage last game, I felt like it was one of the more cuttable cards. Let me know down in the comments, so if you disagree, I'd be curious. This was a very tough one for sideboard, so I'd be curious what you guys think. But gosh, my heart is just starting to level off of game 1. Let's see if we can finish it off in game 2. I'll see you guys there.
On the ropes.
Oh, yeah. On the ropes. That was
so close but
That was
so far.
incredibly close.
Oh yeah.
I honestly don't know who can get game 2. So
I'm curious to see what your sideboards are, or even if you're playing another color, or maybe you just sideboarded another color.
maybe. Guess we'll know at the end of the game. But I'm gonna give my get deck a quick couple shuffles. I'm imagining you're going first.
Oh please.
All right. Well, I'm gonna draw my 7, and I wish you a good game and good luck.
Yeah, good luck, my dude. Interesting. This will definitely be a different look for you. I will keep.
You're gonna keep?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna mulligan.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, that's definitely a lot better, and that's definitely an easy choice. So we're gonna move that to the bottom of my library, and yeah, I guess I'll pass it over to you. It's your turn.
All right. Untap, upkeep, skip, draw, go into the main phase. You know, there's a few things I can do here.
Ooh, tell me more.
One will be an island tapping into a soul ring. The other will be
Yup.
a black lotus,
Oh, for Christ's sakes! All right,
cracking it for 3 blue.
are we getting turn 1 Blackfeist?
All my black faces at once.
Yes,
That would
just
actually
all.
be pretty sick. No, I'm just gonna play the Serendid Freak with that 3 mana, and then I'll pass it over to you.
I hate this guy so much. All right.
A little small vampire.
Yeah, seriously. Untap, upkeep, draw. Okay, main 1. Definitely not the worst draw in the world. I'm gonna start with a Mox Jet.
Ooh, it's got some black. Interesting.
And
Wow.
an island. I'm gonna cast Black Lotus,
Okay.
crack it for 3 blue, and cast Erosion on your island.
Okay. Cool.
Pass to you. 3 cards each. You taking 2 damage every turn, hopefully, and I'm taking 3. Seems fair.
I will untap. During my upkeep, I'll pay 1 to keep my island alive.
Ooh,
I'll
okay.
draw. Oh, I take 1 damage from the Serendip as well. Go
Okay.
to main 1. I will play an Itakin Store. Comes into play tapped.
Heck is this?
Can start banking some mana.
Okay, sure.
Then we'll go to combat and I'll swing in with the Serendip.
Take 3.
All right. Going to main 2. I'll just pass the turn to you.
All right, untap, upkeep, draw. Main 1, island.
Oh no, what happened?
Pass to you.
Really? Okay. Untap. I'm gonna keep this tapped to add a counter to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pay 1 to stave off the erosion. Take 1 from the Serendip. Go to draw. Main 1. I will play the Svedlenite Temple.
Sevilanite.
Sevilanite Temple. Going to combat. I'll swing in with the Ifrit.
Hang on. I need to think.
Okay. Unsummon it.
No, but I will twiddle it.
Oh, you'll tap it before combat. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go to main 2 and pass to you.
All right, untap, upkeep,
Down to
draw.
2 cards. What if I have a rack in my hand, Kieran?
Think. I mean, I'm going to be still taking damage, which sucks, but I'm going to cast Phantasmal Terrain and attach it to your
Ooh.
Acadian Store. And
Okay.
I'm going to make your Acadian Store a... Or should I do it on the Sylvanite Temple? Basically, I can make it into a basic land of my choice.
Okay, cool.
So, do I want to get rid of your blue, or do I want to get rid of the white? The white is a lot slower, so you know what? I'm going to put it on the store, or the temple, sorry.
Okay.
And I'm going to say it's a... You know what? I know how much you love it. I'll make it a mountain.
Nice. You've doomed yourself.
I'll
You haven't
pass
even
to
seen my
you.
3rd color yet.
That's right. Yeah, you're playing Jeskai. Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep. I'll take 1. All these land shenanigans, hey? 1 from the Ifrit, and then I will tap my mountain to keep
Yeah.
the erosion.
Sure.
And I'll draw, go to main 1. Oh, I'll keep this tapped as well to add
Sure.
a counter. I'll play a Plains.
All right.
Go to combat, swing in for 3.
Take my 3.
Then we'll go to the second main, pay 1, 2, 3, 4 for my Wand of Ith.
What is this?
It's a pay 3 tap, look at 1 card at random from a player's hand. If the card is not a land, target player must choose to either discard it or pay an amount of life equal to the casting cost. If the card is a land, target player must choose between discarding it or paying 1 life.
Wow.
Effects that prevent or redirect damage may not be used to counter this loss of life, and I can only use it during my turn.
Wow, alright. That's pretty good.
Then I will pass to you.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. Main 1, island. Pay 2. I will cast Phantasmal Terrain and give you another mountain.
No. What are you targeting this time? Oh, on that? Oh, that sucks. It's a lot of mountains. At least I can pay for erosion now, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I'll pass to you.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. Interesting. I will play an island. I'm running out of room for like my actual lands here. There we go. Oh, sorry, during the untap I will take 1, and then I will pay a mountain to not take 1 from erosion.
Okay.
Going back to my main. This is an interesting one. We'll go to combat, and I'll swing in for 3.
Take 3.
And then I will 1, 2, 3, tap, and give me a card at random from your hand.
Discard my transmute artifact.
Do you do it randomly?
So I only have 1 card in hand.
Oh, you only have 1 card. Okay, so you either... Oh, you discard it.
Yeah, I'm gonna discard it.
Okay, cool. We'll wrap it up and pass it over to you.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. Main 1, play an island, pass to you.
Tap upkeep, take 1 from the Ifrit, tap a mountain for the erosion, and then I could
really use an icy manipulator right now.
Main 1, so you have nothing in hand, hey? Go to combat and swing in for 3.
Alright, take my 3. This is gonna be over pretty quick here.
We're getting there. Suppose I will end turn and pass it over.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. Main 1. Urza's power plant, pass to you.
Oh no. Untap, upkeep, take my damage, pay my mountain, draw. Man, you have no idea how good changing my plains generator into a mountain has been. I'll go to main 1 in combat and swing in for the 3.
Take my 3.
And then pass over to you.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Main 1, pass to you.
Really? Untap, upkeep, take 1, pay the mountain, main, draw.
I feel like if I could pull this one out, and I'm a miracle worker, because you know.
Yeah, really. I mean, 1, 2, 3, tap, show me what you got.
In response to your trigger of the wand, I'm gonna twiddle your Serendipity.
Okay. Then I will move to second main, play the plains. The rack is back. You'll be taking 3 damage.
I will be taking 3.
As I pass the turn to you.
Untap, upkeep, 1, 2, 3. Better be a good draw. That is game. I'm gonna see you in game
round
3.
3.
Yep, I'll see you in round 3. All right, that was a humbling experience after game 1, but you know what? It's fair. I had a mulligan down to 6, and honestly, I just had nothing to deal with that Ifrit because I didn't expect him to be coming at me with creatures so heavily. He played 1 creature and won with it. So, contingency plan. We brought in the Meekstones. They're gonna hit his Ifrits. They're gonna hit anything he may steal from me. Likely, they'll hit anything that I need to be threatened by. It's only a 1-mana artifact, and if I need to get in with my own creatures and get them untapped eventually, then I will be able to transmute them anyways. Now, the nice thing too about Meekstone is that they don't untap during their untap step. Leviathan and Colossus of Sardia overwrite that rule and allow themselves to be untapped. Furthermore, Tetraverse becomes a 1/1 with a bunch of little flyers, which gets around it, and my Sea Singers also go under it. The only thing that gets hit really is the clay statue, and I do have the Twiddles if need be. I also brought in the other Sea Singer just to, have answers to his creatures, because at the end of the day, he's basically playing a deck that really needs the creatures to be on board. I took out a Boomerang because it's good, and it does hit his artifacts, but he can usually play those artifacts again pretty quickly, so it's a little bit touch and go with that one. I did keep the 1 in just in case. I also removed 2 of the erosions, which they've been good and they've slowed him down quite a bit. But I think the Phantasmal terrains are actually just going to be better because they're going to lock him out of colors and they're going to get rid of the Mishra's workshops, which have been debilitating as well. So I'm pretty sure those are going to be the better call there. I still left the remove souls out of the sideboard because I think the other cards I've brought in will help. And yeah, I mean, we're going to just have to hope we draw a little bit better in this next game. And I still think we have a pretty solid deck and I think we can win. So wish me luck. We're going to game 3.
Okay, so that went a lot better. I'm glad that I went more aggressive now to at least put more pressure on Kieran on the board, forcing him to use all those little tricks. He really seems to be in on this like slow burn strategy, but I think kind of my hybridness helped me out a lot in that last game, just because, you know, dealing with like a Serendipity Freet on turn 1 is pretty tough. Guess that's kind of like what he felt like with the vampires, but like in a kind of shittier way, I guess. So I haven't really changed much up because of that. So I took out the Righteousness and put in the Living Wall and brought back in another Apprentice Wizard. He's playing a Mox Jet, but we still haven't seen any black from him, so there's no point sideboarding in our anti-black tech. Even though it's like Karma is really good, we had White Knights on the deck, which honestly probably might have been pushing Kieran's deck to the edge in some ways. But, you know, there's just not enough evidence, no point going out on that limb. So yeah, keeping it pretty simple. I got pretty lucky last time with the Black Lotus right off the top, but he also had one too. So hopefully we can close it out in this game. This series has been pretty close so far, so curious to see how this third match is gonna go.
Oh boy, that was a quick one. That was a quick one.
It's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, let's see how big of a deal going first is. Because I'm going to put you on the back foot here a bit and shuffle my deck here.
Oh man, yeah, no, I'm curious to see how this last one goes, because
hopefully I don't have to mulligan. That's just
yeah, that was another thing I had going for me for sure. Also a Black Lotus Efreet turn 1, and then I could also just replay the Efreet the next turn. It's not bad.
That's true. That's true. It's pretty good, but
not bad.
Let's see if we can turn it around here. I'm drawing my 7. Good luck, my man.
Yeah, good luck. This has been a good series so far.
It's definitely been a good one. This hand is incredibly questionable. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mulligan, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm gonna hang on.
Okay.
And I enjoy this hand.
Good.
It's nothing too crazy. A lot more tame, as you've put it in the past, than the previous hand.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't want to go down to 5, so I'm gonna keep this and put that to the bottom. And untap, upkeep, main 1, island, and pass to you.
Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Some decisions to make, but I will play a plains and pass to you while I think about them.
Okay, sounds good. Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm very happy I got rid of your Swords to Plowshares.
Oh man, that'd be nuts. The biggest oppressive deck ever.
Yeah. I'll play Urza's Mine.
Okay.
And I'll pass to you.
Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. We'll play the Civilite Temple.
Civilite Temple.
Yeah, Civilite Temple. What Kieran said, and I'll pass to you.
Right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Main 1. I'm starting to see the downside in the decisions I've made in the deck building process. Pass to you.
Really? No land drop.
No land drop.
Okay, untap, upkeep, draw. Ooh, go to main 1. We will play Island.
Alright.
Tap for 3 to play Serendipity Freet.
Alright, sure.
Move to the end step and pass it your way.
Sounds good. Untap, upkeep, draw. Okay, that's good. I drew an island. And it's kind of what I needed, to be honest. I'm going to pay 3 and cast Sea Singer.
Ooh.
A little Fallen Empire tech for you.
Oh, wow.
If you control no islands, if I control no islands, then she's destroyed. I can tap her and gain control of any creature as long as its controller controls at least 1 island.
Ooh, that's good.
I lose control of the creature if she leaves play, if I lose control of her, or if she becomes untapped, but I can choose not to untap her during the normal untap step.
Got you.
I'll pass to you. Better use that Efreet while you can.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Go to main 1.
Don't forget to take your Efreet beat.
Right, Freet beat. Interesting.
With the Swords of Plowshares out of the picture, there's not a lot of removal options for you.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be an unsummon or something, you know.
Or something.
Or something. Go to Mishra's Factory. Go to
You
combat.
hate to see it.
Swing in for 3.
I'll take my 3.
Then we'll go to the end step. Or, sorry, second main.
Sure.
And play a time elemental.
Ooh, this guy's back. All right.
Yeah.
This
I'll
is
pass turn to you.
Oh, no. You pay 4 and bounce permanents?
Would you like it?
I mean, yeah, kind of. That's kind of spooky. That's pretty spooky. All right. Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Actually, that was a fantastic draw. I'm going to cast a Mox Jet. And I'm going to pay 1 and cast Meekstone. Creatures, so this is errated. It's actually greater than 3. So no creatures power greater than 3. With power greater... Oh, hang on. Let me check what the actual errata is, because I may have fucked myself with this card.
I was going to say.
Hang on. MTG Meekstone. I thought it was 3 or greater. Oh no, please don't do this to me. 3 or greater. 3 or greater. 3 or greater. Whew. People can see it on screen. I'm not cheating. Yeah, so it's 3 or greater. Don't untap.
Oh man, that's
So
good.
just slow you down a little bit.
A little bit.
And do I want to do anything else on my turn is the question. I don't think I do. I will pass to you. Oh, actually, sorry. Actually, I will control. I'll take control of your time elemental now, so that you can't bounce my things in your turn.
All right. Have at her.
Yeah, go ahead. Glad I caught that before you untapped.
Yeah.
That would have been bad.
Or I guess the Efreet doesn't untap.
The Efreet doesn't untap, so you can lock it.
Okay. Take 1 from the Efreet. Draw.
Uh-oh, you have a bit of a 1 mad damage per turn clock right now.
I know. 18 turns.
18 turns only. God help me in editing.
So they don't untap. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wall of Swords.
Okay, I see you.
Then I'll go to end and pass it over to you.
Do you want to do this at the end of your turn? No, it's fine. Okay, untap, upkeep, draw. Okay. This is becoming an interesting game again.
Getting into big brain territory. That Meekstone is definitely a problem for me.
Yeah. What do I want to do here? I think I'm gonna pay the 4. Tap time elemental to bounce your temple.
Okay.
I'll pass to you.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Main 1. That's kind of refreshing. Play an island.
Okay.
Wait, how do I want to do this? No, I think I'll do this way. Pay 1, make Mishra's Factory creature.
Sure.
Go combat.
Did you take your damage for the Efreet this
Oh, I
turn?
didn't. You're right.
Okay.
I'll swing for 2.
I'll take my 2.
Second main, tap plains. Get a black vice out there.
Ooh, okay. Excess of 4.
Pass to you. You're taking 1.
Untap, upkeep, black vice trigger on the stack. I'll pay a blue and I'll cast Twiddle, tapping your Wall of Swords.
Okay.
Fun fact, your Wall of Swords has power 3.
It's true. The
Then I'll
Meekstone
take...
doing work.
Dude, just super good sideboard tech. I'll take 0 from the black vice and go to draw step. Main 1, play another Urza's Mine. This is a really unfortunate set of cards I have here. I also don't want to take 5 damage from the fucking elemental by blocking with it.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, I'll pass to you.
Okay. Ooh, this is a land again. Untap, upkeep, draw. Interesting. I will play.
Don't forget to take your free beat.
A Freet Beat. I'll
Free
play
beat
an
agents.
island.
Nobody's gonna get that reference.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Moorish Cavalry.
Sounds like more creatures that aren't untapping.
If you can get them tapped.
Yeah.
I'll pay 1 for Mishras. And then run the Mishras in at you for 2.
This is gonna be a controversial play, but I'm gonna block the Mishra's Factory.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna destroy it at the end of combat. Oh wait, if time elemental blocks or attacks, destroy at the end of combat. In this case, it deals 5. Oh, okay. Hang on, let me double check the errata on this, because it might not actually do the damage to me. Because I think it's only if it destroys itself that you take the damage. I could be wrong.
But doesn't it? It's a 2-2 hitting.
No, if it destroys itself not through combat, but through its ability at the end of combat. When time elemental attacks or blocks at end of combat, sacrifice it, and it deals 5 damage to you. Yeah.
Okay.
So the time elemental just dies actually. So I'll leave that to you. Put in your graveyard.
Wait, what? Sorry, how does that work?
So time elemental's ability is the real wording of it is when time elemental attacks or blocks at end of combat, sacrifice it and it deals 5 damage to you. But if it died as part of the combat, that trigger never gets put on the stack.
Oh, right, because it's dead, not sacked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll move to my end step.
Hang on. But you no longer. If time elemental attacks or blocks, but you no longer control it at end of combat, you can't sacrifice it. However, it will still deal 5 damage to you.
So you take the 5
End of
then?
combat You know what? Let us know in the comments. This is a confusing ass card. I'm gonna take the 5 damage. If I lose because of it, so be it. Let us know in the comments if that's how it works or not, because I don't want to search it up right now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take the 5.
Okay,
I assumed I actually went into the block thinking it was the 5 damage, so we'll just go along with that play.
Yeah, I forgot to read the errata by it, but even when I was playing it, I just assumed that it would deal the 5 damage to me if it did anything other than what it does.
Yeah, I don't know if the trigger goes on the stack if the creature died. Like, I don't know if the trigger gets, like, time-stamped to get put on the stack, regardless of whether it's on the field or not.
Right.
That's what I don't know. I'm sure I could find it out, but it's fine. I'll take the 5.
Okay, cool. Then I'll pass it your way.
Okay, at the end of your turn, I'm going to twiddle your cavalry.
Okay, at least I'm getting these twiddles out of the way. If that meek stone ever leaves, you're gonna be in big trouble.
It's true. It's true. Don't forget to lock it.
Oh, right.
Actually, you know what? Okay, hang on. I want to take back the twiddle. Okay. I forgot. I took the 5 damage. I was a good boy. Okay, I was a good boy. I forgot that I actually wanted to use the Sea Singer's fucking ability. So I'll untap the Sea Singer, upkeep, draw, main 1. I'll use it to take control of the Moorish Cavalry.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yours.
I always feel bad whenever I do something like that.
That's totally fine.
And you know I have a twiddle now, so I guess that's information. Yeah. What do I want to do, though, after that? I'm in Black Vice territory again, which I don't like. I do not like. I'm just going to pass to you.
Untap, upkeep, take 1, draw, main 1, play an island.
It's a lot of mana.
It is a lot of mana. I'll play the temple.
Did you not just play an island?
Oh, sorry, yeah. I doubled down.
Double lands!
Oh no. It's getting late, God. My brain can't handle this. This is where Kieran's experience takes over. I tried to be too big brain and didn't do my goblin caves.
Ultra instinct time, baby. Let's go.
I'll pass turn.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, Black Vice trigger on the stack.
Can't twiddle all my shit.
Yeah.
I guess you could tap my land.
I could. I can use the spell. Like, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
I just
I
just don't want to waste it. That's why. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna take the 1.
Okay.
Draw, main 1. It's pretty good. I'm gonna pay 3. And cast another Sea Singer.
Oh no, this is gonna go south fast.
I'll go to. I don't want to go to combat. I don't really want to take the Mishra damage. I'll pass to you.
Untap, upkeep, take 1, draw, main 1.
Could use lands.
Yeah, I'll do that temple.
Okay.
I'll pass turn.
Did you take your Serendib?
Yep,
Okay.
I did.
Good. Untap, upkeep, Black Vice on the stack. I'm going to take control of the wall.
Okay.
And then I'm going to twiddle the wall.
I'll
Dot
make-
tap it.
In response, I'm going to unsummon the wall
Unsummon
back
the
to my
wall.
hand.
Okay.
Or wait, no. In response, I'll actually unsummon the spell singer because you're gonna just untap the wall for me.
Oh, you just want to unsummon
Yeah,
my
I'm gonna
guy.
send her back to your hand, and then
Okay.
the wall would bounce back,
It comes
and then
back
it would
to you.
untap.
Yeah.
From Twitter.
Correct.
Cool. And then you
Thanks.
take your 1 from Black
Yeah,
Place.
that's true.
Value plays.
Draw, main 1. Thank God I can draw more islands. Guess I'll just recast Sea Singer.
Okay.
And pass to you.
Untap. Keep. Draw. Interesting. Play at planes.
I have a lot of lands.
I do.
Take 1 from the Serendib.
Oh, yeah. And then I'll pass turn to you.
Okay.
Smeekstone's doing work.
It's doing a lot of work. Untap, upkeep, draw.
This game would
Main
have probably been over.
Yeah, definitely.
It's too bad I'm not in red or green. It would be very useful right now. Or if Unsummoned could bounce things that weren't creatures.
I'm just gonna pay 4.
Mhm.
Cast Clay Statue.
Ooh, he's back.
Thanos' greatest achievement.
Damn, Thanos. Way to go, buddy.
I'll go to take control of the wall.
Copy that. It's all yours.
It's the most creatures I think I've had on board this
I
entire
know, I was gonna say.
YouTube series.
Creatures on Kieran's board? What?
I'll go to combat and I'll swing in with the cavalry
Okay, I'll take 3.
and pass to you.
Well,
It's gonna be over pretty soon if you can't draw something here.
Yeah.
By the way, the Sea Singers were also sideboard, so like my sideboard is definitely coming
man.
clutch.
Yeah, holy. These Sea Singers are nuts. I mean, just go for it. Jet it.
Jet it. You know, this is gonna be the greatest thing of all time. Mana Drain Jet it.
Oh my god, really? Oh, that hurts. You're gonna have so much mana. Oh my
Oh,
god.
I get 7 mana next turn.
Jet it. I had to do something.
No, that's fair. That's honestly fair. That's honestly fair.
Damn, do I just?
I mean, part of me should have maybe stolen Jet it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is you'd have to start at least tossing me back some creatures.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll pass to you there. Yikes.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw.
Jeez, that Meekstone is nuts.
Dude, so good. I'm gonna get 7 colorless mana, play my island, and now this is where the fun really begins. I need to use the mana now, so what we're gonna do is pay 2 and cast Transmute Artifact. So I'm going to sacrifice my Mox Jet. Actually, I'm gonna tap it and get a black mana. But I'll sacrifice my Mox Jet and I'll go and get any artifact in my deck and put it on the battlefield. However, if it costs more than the Mox Jet, which every artifact will, I have to pay the difference in mana.
Okay.
So I'm going to go into my deck here and I'm going to grab the Mighty Colossus of Sardia. And that's going to cost me 9 mana because it was a 9 difference.
Right, which you pay with the mana drain stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Then I will go to combat and I will swing in with the Clay Statue.
All right, I'll take.
Keep in mind, Colossus has trampled.
Oh, it does. Oh shit. Makes things a little harder, doesn't it?
A little bit. A little bit.
Yikes. Yeah, I'll Mishra block it.
Okay, I will pay... No, actually I won't pay. I'll just, we'll trade.
Okay.
I'll pass to you, my man.
All right. Untap.
Big turn.
Upkeep,
Big turn.
Take 1. Draw. Oh my god.
Did you just draw Brain Geyser?
Fuck, I wish. That would have been way better.
I thought... Would you win off Brain Geyser right now? Is Brain Geyser double blue X?
Yeah. I don't know if I would. What did you prefer?
6, 7. You'd have 7. I'd have 9.
So you
I'd
would
take 5. I'd take 5.
So no,
Okay.
yeah. Just trying to think what the better play is, though. Oh, I have to take that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Control magic.
Alright. Alright. Sounds good.
Resolve.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Attach.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. We're an apprentice wizard.
Sounds reasonable.
And then I'll pass it over to you.
The end of your turn, I will pay 2 blue and cast Boomerang. Oh,
no.
call back yesterday, bid time, return. I will target control magic. It returns any permanent to its owner's hand. Super
Any
unsummon.
permanent.
Any
Oh my
permanent.
god. That's not good.
That's my Colossal back, I believe.
I believe so. Shoot, that's game. I ain't got nothing to deal with that. Oh my god, Meekstone just bodied me. Holy.
Is that you're not gonna give me the pleasure of crushing you with my Colossus?
Oh my god, take it.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw, main 1, combat. Your puny apprentice wizard cannot stand in the might of the Colossus of Sardia.
Well, good game. Jeez.
Yeah, that Meekstone carried me. Actually, the Sea Singers did a lot of work as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, literally, it's unfortunate because I was about to sideboard in a bunch of 2 power creatures because the apprentices weren't kicking, but I was like, I really just want that huge brain geyser play.
That's fair. That's fair. I was playing mono blue Tron.
I kind of figured you were playing mono blue.
I figured, you know what? I was looking at through the collection at the blue stuff, and I saw Leviathan.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait, I still have the Urza lands. And then I'm like, I could just play a really stupid deck with like huge
Did you put?
cards.
You didn't put Leviathan in there.
Leviathan's
You had
in
like
there.
no creatures. That's
I had
crazy.
5 or 6 creatures. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I kind of internally was laughing when you said you only had 6 when we were doing deck building. So I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god, I have the same amount basically.
No, I flipped the script. I originally had something very similar to you. It was way more controlling, but then I was like, like, I don't know, board presence has been so important, and like a lot of these creatures were also in my sideboard, like all the Ifrits were and stuff.
Right, okay. I figured you may have sided into the Ifrits, but I
Yeah.
wasn't sure. Yeah, I had the 2 Meekstones. I brought in 2, so that was good. And the thing with Meekstone, which is nice, is I can use the Transmute artifact to go into it.
Yeah.
So if I need to go into it, I can like I can basically tutor it onto the battlefield, right?
Yeah, the Vice tech, almost there.
The Vice tech
Got
was
the rack
almost
and
there.
Vice.
Yeah, you need to be able to. I think that's why Black Vice is typically used more, is because
Right.
it is easier to get your opponent out of cards than it is to make them draw and be effective. at
Oh,
making them
especially
draw.
at this point in the game? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But I was like, if I can Black Vice and rack, that would be like really funny. I also got the Cursed Rack, which makes your discard only 4 at your end
Oh.
step. But then I had it in my hand in the first game, and I'm like, it makes no sense to play this because like that's the one amount of cards I don't want you to have.
Right. I mean, you get the wheel next week on 4th edition, which is pretty good.
It's just that's nice actually. Like now I have 3 counter spells. I could like top off my counter spells.
You opened a counterspell?
Yeah, I got a counter
Damn.
spell. That was
I
probably
opened
like
one.
my best pull. And then I got the racks as
Right.
well. That's why I was like, give it a shot. Why not? Brain Geyser's here.
All right. Season 2, Episode 1 is a wrap. Kieran,
Oof.
Team Lang.
Kicking
We
it
made
off.
it. We made it. After an insane game 1, we managed to wrap it up in game 3. So it was close, though. Like, I can't say
Yeah.
that I walked you or anything. That was...
No, I
a
think
tight
this might have been our closest game yet.
The first one was certainly the most close
Oh
game
yeah.
we've had.
Oh totally.
And I think it was probably my favorite one we've had. That was really good.
Yeah. It
But-
actually, I feel like it forced us to like, think a little more deeply about what we were doing.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But for those who maybe watched the ban episode, you may know what's coming up next. It's getting a little chilly in Filthy Casual Land as we
Yeah.
go into Ice Age. So we'll see if snowlands even matter, or if and it's gonna be interesting because getting snowlands is actually important because you can't just play them as
Yeah,
many
you
as you
can't
want.
just have the full playset. Yeah.
Yeah, so getting snowlands for Cold Snap and then obviously Kaldheim 1,000
Yeah.
years in the future. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. And other than that, for those who are just joining us for the first time, thank you for watching. We hope that you
thank you.
enjoyed it, and we hope that you'll stick around for a while. We're going to continue making these as long as people are watching them, and we hope that you are going to enjoy them alongside with us. As always, continue to untap, unkeep, undraw, and be inefficient. We here at Filthy Casuals, what do we do here at Filthy Casuals, Colin?
We tap.
We tip our cards
We
sideways.
tip our characters, and then.
And what do we hope that they'll do? Tip
tap.
along with us.
Oh, I thought you said what will they do, and I'm like, I don't know. They're just watching us. I
No.
mean, maybe they like build our decks and then play as
It's
we're
true.
playing, and they're like, wow, these 2 guys are idiots. I would just do it like this.
If you don't come away from our show thinking we're dumb or idiots in some capacity, then we haven't done our job correctly.
It's true.
So, but yes, we like tipping our cards. We hope you'll tip along with us. And here's a tip. If you're going to boil your eggs, remember to add some salt to the water because it actually makes peeling them a little bit easier. That's a life tip.
Damn.
I'm going to try to
That's
mix it up.
pretty good. You're gonna mix it up.
Well, I feel like every time I try to think of a magic tip, it always ends up being stupid or I forget. So I'm going
Right.
to try to throw in some life tips.
Okay.
That-
Well,
that
here's a
aren't-
tip: sideboard Meekstone, because it's actually really good.
Meekstone. Meekstone's a strong card for 1-mana artifacts. It's
Yeah.
very good. But thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Or not next week. Fuck. Yeah. No, please
Well,
don't make us do this every week.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. This is our 2 week. This is where we break from June, where we're
Yes,
doing things every
that's
week.
right. Filthy
That's
June.
fine.
Filthy June is officially over. We hope you will join us.
That's gonna be a thing now. If we make it to next year, we're just gonna have to do it again. Filthy June.
God help me if that's the case. But we hope you enjoy it. We hope you'll watch in the next couple weeks here. We'll hope you stick around for a while. My name is Kieran,
My name's Colin.
and we'll talk to you later.
Akimbo.
Kimbo. Local news. Man dies after filthy casual video shoots him through screen.
God,
Anyways.
we're such
Alright.
dorks. I hate it.
I can't.
Oh.